and 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 shall fall at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes you shall behold and see the reward of the wicked. Greetings, Judah. DFG, Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, that was Psalms 91 and 7 and 8. I want to talk to you this morning to remind each and every one of you, I'm talking about all of my brothers, all of my sisters, in the faith. All of Israel who are true believers, who may be a little bit concerned about that demon Biden mandate and all of his cabal, all of those who are behind him, telling that empty-headed dumb devil what to say, and that whole Congress, who are all a part of that wicked agenda, to all of the business owners who have employees, that 100 or more, all of the municipalities who are controlled by all the principalities that Ephesians chapter 6 talks about, and all the rest of the demons who are our neighbors, who are our family members, who are our so-called friends and lovers. This message is to you, Israel, the 1/3 who will not perish. Be not dismayed. Trust in Elohim with all your heart. Amen? Because he said that he would never leave, nor he would forsake us in these wicked, evil times. And for clarity purposes, just in case this statement went over some of your heads, I'm talking about exactly what he was talking about when he said he is fed up and he is out of patience, and he's going to, use his executive powers to influence all government workers, all business owners, all etc., 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 either comply or I'm going to starve you out. Not funny. It's so ludicrous, it's so obvious that only a fool would not see that this is definitely satanic, mark of the beast like, if not is, which your brother believe it is, an agenda that is a targeted group of people, because it knows its days are short here on the earth. But when Elohim said that 1,000 will fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand and it will not harm you, either you believe it or you don't. And for all of you who are going to allow them to pressure you with your jobs and pressure you with access to travel and all of this other stuff, then go for it. Take the ride. Take the ride. There was a saying years ago, when the tragedy in Guyana, which was most of Israel, I might add, who went with that wicked devil Jim Jones to a country, South America, to escape what he lied to them and told them was the devil. See, the devil always has an agenda. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That wicked devil, he was an Edomite, pale skin, so-called white man, influenced all of these religious people, these non-denominational, Bible-stumping, sort of them. If they were Bible-stumping, they wouldn't have followed him. They were a bunch of holy rollers. Because if they were Bible stumpers, that means they would have been in the Word and they would have rightly divided the truth, and they would have realized that was a wicked, filthy, F-word demon. But their eyes were blinded because they got caught up in his whiteness, and they got caught up in their religion, and they ran straight into the mouth of the wolf. And he devoured every last one of them. And there's a saying that goes along with that. You know, he had them drink Kool-Aid that was laced with cyanide. And so therefore, that's where the saying came, don't drink the Kool-Aid. And I will tell you now, Israel, as a whole people, targeted group of people behind this particular mandate, you had better not drink that Kool-Aid. Because you don't have to drink that Kool-Aid. You have a power on your side that's greater than any power ever known to any man. That's why David in Psalm said, 1,000 would fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand. What do you think that means? That's the hand of Elohim, the power of Elohim that drives all demons away from us. If you believe, and if you're willing to stand on your belief and you're willing to trust the word. Many of us don't. What did Elohim say? He said, with their mouth, they praise me, but their hearts, you know, it's so far away. But again, this message is not to the unbeliever. This message is not to the religious. This message is not to the holy rollers. This message is to those of you who want to know the truth, because you want to know that our Elohim is a redeemer. And he would never suffer the righteous among us to befall what he has in store for the wicked, as David just said here. He would never destroy the righteous with the wicked. So you need to be encouraged, but more than that, you need to see and understand that this is not our people's first rodeo, so to speak. It's not the first time our people have been challenged by wicked, spiritual Egypt in this case. Which United States is not spiritual Egypt. This is Egypt. If you follow this channel for over the last couple of years, you heard me talking about the Mississippi River that runs from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up through Canada, that is the Nile River. But many of you would deny that because, again, in your own ignorance, you'd rather believe a lie than the truth. Cognitive dissonance. But if you look at the back of your dollar bill, you got all kind of Egyptology symbolism on your own currency. And they tell you, this is the God we trust, the one-eyed God, the pyramid God. It's right there in plain sight. But it's hidden from most of the laymen because, again, they have gone far out of their way to keep us in the dark. But Elohim promised, he said in the last days, knowledge would be increased. That the book would be open. The truth will be revealed. And that truth will set you free. That the so-called, what is that truth? That the so-called Negro are the people of Elohim. We are Israel. We are Judah. We are a lion. We are lioness. We don't run. We stand. And after we've done everything to stand, we stand and continue to stand. We don't practice fear. And that's what it's saying. Be encouraged because you will see the hand of Elohim. Again, 1,000 will fall at your right side. 10,000 at your right hand. He's talking about demonics, demons. Demons in men. Men who are controlled by demons. The Biden administration. The cabal that's behind Biden. The Soroses and all those other wicked scientists and entrepreneurs, so to speak. Whether they're in computers, microchips, phones, delivery services, mass media. You kind of get my drift. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't comply. Stand fast. Resist the devil. But you're in for a fight. We're in for a fight. But I want you to be encouraged that in that fight, we have something more powerful than any nuclear bomb. Again, any power known to mankind. It is standing right behind us. It's standing right behind me. It's standing right behind me. And it wants to be standing right behind you. But it will not suffer a fool, talking about unbelievers. It will not suffer a fool, I'm talking about those who he took out and went back. It will not suffer a fool, those who operate in their emotions. It will not suffer a fool, those who walk before they act. Those who make decisions without consulting Elohim. It will not suffer dogs and pigs, unbelievers, liars, thieves, whoremongers, whores, etc. Oh no, it's not for them. And if you're a part of that group, it's not for you. But if you have stood now and you see and understand that, there's nothing greater, that what's in you is greater than what's in them, then it's time for you to be reminded. It's time for us to be reminded why we're in the way, his way, and why we believe, and why we are willing to believe unto death if necessary. That when we walk out here, we are bold as lions. And we are wise as the serpent. We are wise as those demons. In other words, we don't fall for their tricks, their traps, their cunningness, as our people did again in Guyana, listening to an Edomite devil telling them that he knew Elohim, he knew the right way, and he was their salvation plan. Your preachers, your evangelists, your teachers, etc., your religion, it led their asses straight to death. Amen? The book said there's a way that seemeth right to a man or a woman. Broad is the path, and wide is the gate that leadeth to destruction. And many of our people, because he was talking to Israel when he said that, are going to go the path of destruction because they rather believe a lie than the truth. Because the lie is convenient and they have to make no sacrifice. A lie requires nothing but deception, the illusion. That's why men love lies, because in a lie they can hide in their darkness. But Yah said he's going to reveal every lie. He's going to bring it out. But he warned us, be careful that you be not deceived. And many of our people have already been deceived into obeying a mandate, thinking that that's going to set them free. And all they have done is put themselves under worse bondage now. Because here they come again. Well, no, you need some more now. You need some more. And they're going to want some more. And they're going to keep on giving them some more until everything in them that can resist demonic forces, everything in them that would give them enough sense to recognize, danger when they see it, is going to be sedated, and they're going to be a bunch of zombies. Compliant zombies. No ability to understand the difference between what is Elohim's and what is man. And therefore, the creature will have the control it's been seeking for 100+ years in their new so-called New World Order. They're going to sedate your mind. And whenever your natural instinct would rise up to say, hey, stop. It's not that instinct, this is a warning. It's going to be muddied, sedated, and it's not going to, the reason why men are supposed to have beards, let me give you an example. Your beard is an antenna, like a radio antenna. It's your beard, a beard on a man is why Yah give him a man, because he's a provider and a protector. Your beard, your hair on your face are little small antennas. And those antennas are what you see a lot of animals have, male animals, and what it does, it warns them. If you look at a lot of insects, they use their antennas to feel their way around. It's a guide. Your antennas, your hairs are there to protect you. That's why when our people were in captivity, they made them shave their faces. Because they knew that if their faces were shaved, they would be a lot easier to be blinded. That their instincts would not be very sharp. They knew this, and that's why you see most of your preachers with bald faces. At least the dumbass, sheep amongst your preacher. There's nothing in their faces, most of them. In other words, have that instinct. The 2D Jakes, they got it, but they're using it, for the cabal. They're using it to enrich themselves to lead you astray. But these antennas are there for a reason. And if they're gray, That means they should have a lot of knowledge if they're aged and gray. But that knowledge only comes if you in alignment with Elohim. You got some gray-headed fools out here. You got some gray-bearded fools out here. So let's not get it confused. I don't want to conflate that with this. Gray hair is in itself and a beard in itself is not wisdom. But your beard, hair on your face is an antenna. And a man, if you can grow it, you should have it. It empowers, it enhances your natural male instincts. And sisters out there, if you got a man who insists on shaving his face, you probably got a man with a horse spirit. Oh. If he's shaving his face, he's probably emasculated, indoctrinated, and at the end of the day, effeminized, and he will not fight when the real battle comes. When he has to use his hands and his instinct and his survival skills, if he doesn't have something he can grab and that the Edomites have provided, that the demons have provided, he will be a coward and he will run and he will leave you. Just so you know. I know you don't believe your brother, but that's okay. Well, some of you know I'm right. But the book says, Psalms 91, 1,000 will fall at your side. 10,000 will fall at your right hand. Men, if you're standing strong in the word and trusting in Elohim, don't let these demons intimidate you. And women out there, get you a man who is going to take a stand. If he's already succumbed to the agenda, the mandate, what is that telling you, sister? I know you think, well, because, he's trying to protect. He is not protecting you. He's doing what he's told to do by someone else who has always been your enemy. He's not protecting you. He is a betrayal of the people. He is compliant with the enemy. That's called traitor. And some of you brothers who have already made that decision, I'm going to say to you, look, cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. This is not to condemn you eternally, my brother. Talking about those of you who have already, complied. But you had better cleanse yourself. You better make your mind up. Right now, your brain is a little fuzzy. Your brother knows. See, because your brother knows something. I'm telling you, you don't realize it, but I'm watching you. And some of you brothers, you're fuzzy. Your sisters, some of you guys are fuzzy. You know what that means, fuzzy? There's no clarity. I'm watching you. You're a little fuzzy. You weren't fuzzy before. Now you're fuzzy. You can't retain information. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're forgetful. You're absent-minded. You're somewhat aloof now. You can't keep your focus on anything. You weren't always like that, sister. Brother, you weren't always like that. What happened? What changed? And for those of you who have taken a stand and resisted, do you love yourself? Do you love what Yah has created in you? Do you want to be free? To know the difference between good and evil? Then you had better stay free. Because only the truth will set you free. And your brother's giving you the truth. Through Yahuwah. Through the Rahuk. Just got to chill. Every time I say, do you want to remain free? That's your choice. That's your decision. And I would say to any one of you guys, if you want to do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. So don't go around saying, DFG is trying. I'm just giving you the truth. It's your decision at the end of the day. I'm sure a lot of those people who followed Jim Jones to Guyana, I'm sure they had a lot of people, telling them don't go. Don't go. But they went anyway. So am I telling you I'm just sharing with you, what Yah has put in my heart to share with you. Some will call it my personal opinion. I accept that, although it ain't personal. So don't go around talking about DFG, it's, whatever. Anti-something. No, I don't. I'm not anti. Only thing put it like this. Only thing I'm anti is anti-wickedness. And anything that's a part of wickedness, yes, I am anti or against it. Our bodies are the temple of the Ruach. At least that's what it's supposed to be. We were created in the image and the likeness of Elohim. Don't you know that's perfection? I'm going to say it to you again, brothers and sisters. We were created in the image and the likeness of Elohim. Don't you know that is perfection? You were already created in perfection. So why would you ever now be walking in deception? Why would you ever think that your body needs to be enhanced? You know, our book said you were perfectly and wonderfully made by Elohim. Perfectly and wonderfully made means physically. You were made perfect, sister. So why the need for makeup? Why the need for revealing clothing? Brother, why the need for showing your ass? Why the need to shave your face? So you can look like the Edomite. Or whoever the hell you're trying to look like, the Amorites. So you don't look threatening. Don't you understand that a male lion, his mane, beard, is for threatening purposes? It makes him bigger. It makes him more intimidating. Don't you realize that? And when you shave it off, you look like a lioness. Less intimidating, more cordial, more non-threatening. Think about it. Praise God. You know, this morning, I'm a little riled up. Because, see, I see the enemy with his weapons. See, I see what he's doing. My eyes are open to his craftiness, his cunningness. And I'm very, very, very disappointed that many of our men are still in a state of confusion, still in a state of anger and bitterness one towards another. Yet when the enemy comes around, they're very cordial, very inviting, very domesticated. Heads down, asses up. You heard what I said. Many of Israel, men, like Larry Elder, for example, head down, ass up. You know what that means? If your head is down and your ass is up, that means, brother, you're ready to be mounted. And I don't need to say anything more than that. Whenever your enemy comes around, you're ready to be mounted. You know, like a male lion mounts a female lion. When your mind is not right and your mind is not strong and you don't know who you are, whose you are, then you're ready to be mounted. And many of you are being mounted every single day, physically and spiritually. Well, out there practicing and pushing it physically, but many of you don't realize that you're men. That's why when Paul wrote in Corinthians 9:6, he said the emasculated, the effeminate. He didn't necessarily call you a homosexual. He said you just had female tendencies, and he said he was saying that you were a spiritual homosexual. Head down, ass up. And you sisters, same thing to you. You're being mounted by demon men. That bastard with a shaven face I wouldn't let him touch me. And yeah, I had mine shaved too because I was in my own ignorance. You won't ever see it again. And brothers, you know, if you're in your ignorance, come out of it. That's what that's what the book is about. See, the book is to tell you, come out of your ignorance. Sisters, you too. That's why you should be in this book. Study to show yourself. Study to get an understanding. Study to get your knowledge. Study so that you would understand what expectations are in place for you. What laws guide us. What real laws, LAWS, what laws guide us. What commandments protect us. What statutes empower us. Nothing controls us. The world is controlled. A man or a woman who don't know Elohim, they are already under control. They're saying religion is there to control them. They are right. Religion controls a woman. Religion controls a man. That's why they have to follow these male and female so-called ministers. But see, when you're controlled by the Rahook, you don't need no man to teach you a damn thing. The Rahook will lead and it will guide you and help open your understandings. It will show you the way. That's why Yeshua say, I am the way, the truth, and the light. That's why he said, and what he would mean, he said, when he said, I am the way, when Moses went before Elohim in the mountain, he asked Elohim, he said, what is your name? What should I tell people to call you? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He said, hallelujah. He said, what should I tell people to call you? He said, you tell them that I am sent you. When Yeshua said, I am the way, the truth, and the light, he was telling us, we read past it. We read right by it. We read right by it. We read right by it. He said that I am the way. I am. I am is our way. We don't need to fear no man. I am. He is the way for us, brothers and sisters. And right now, if we don't turn back to I am, we're going to be destroyed. Our children are going to die. These demons has it out for us. And they're everywhere. They're everywhere we go. That's why Elohim said 1,000, use David to tell us 1,000 is going to fall at your right side. 10,000 at your right hand, but they will not harm you if you're with him. If you are with I am. If we stand with I am, we are going to be protected. If we go away, if we walk away from I am, we're going to be destroyed. We are going to be destroyed. They have already been destroying us. Crack cocaine, mass incarceration, abortions, homosexuality, drugs. I know I said crack, but other drugs, narcotics, alcoholism, gluttony, eating ourselves to death, eating garbage, calling it food, eating the filthy swine, the filthy pig that's full of worms and poison. They're already destroying us. Drinking water full of fluoride, filthy sewer water that's been recycled through the cisterns. And we're drinking it up, lapping it up. Sisters, brothers, we're in a fight for our lives, for the souls of our children. I am is here. He's never forsaken you. We have always been the apple of his eye. Yeshua said, look, you don't know the way? You're confused? Then I am is the way. I am is the truth. My word is truth. His word is truth. Our history is true. I am is the light that takes the blinders off of your eyes so that you can see, understand what he's saying. So that your knowledge will be increased. And the life. This life here, guys, is worthless. Don't you know it? This is a worthless life that we're living. Unless you have Elohim in you, then at least you have purpose. But the book said your life is like a blade of grass. Here today, gone tomorrow. Why are you so afraid? Why are you listening to these demons and their mandates? Why don't you understand that I am is the life? The truth life. The eternal, everlasting life. Our book says a man died once, and after that, it's supposed to be the judgment. It's supposed to be the gateway. It's supposed to be the pathway to eternity with Elohim as the ultimate light. Our life is not supposed to be the pathway to death. Yet we have chosen death because we have chosen the way of the creature. We have chosen the way of man. We have embraced the ways of the heathens. Our women are in delusion now. If it doesn't look white, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. And now you heard me right. If it does not look like an Edomite, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. If an Asian can't provide it for them, they don't want it. Fake nails, fake eyelashes, fake eyebrows, makeup, fake hair, bald-headed, intentionally shaving the hair off their heads. Don't you know that your hair is a covering? Your hair is a blessing. Just like a man should have hair on his face, sisters, you're supposed to have your natural hair on your head. That's your wisdom. You cut your hair off, you're going to act like a fool, like a whore. That's what they did to slave women. Slave women had their hair shaved off of them, sisters. And men who were slaves had their faces shaved off. You don't know your book. Go read your book. Why? To keep you ignorant. They knew that our hair was our connection to Elohim as well. It helped our senses to hear. And now you women are shaving your heads intentionally. Covering your head with hair that has been cursed by demons, by Africans. Some of you sisters got, well, I don't have no white women. These are black women extensions I got in my head. Where from? Where did that hair come from? Africa? Because if it came from Africa, they are the Canaanites. They are Mizraim. They were your first enslavers. They don't care about you. They care about your money. They want to use you for gain, for profit. Go back and read Exodus 14. Exodus 14. And you're going to see it was Israel who was trying to destroy us. It was Israel. What I mean by, not Israel, praise Yah. It was Egypt that was trying to destroy us. It was Egypt that had us in captivity. It was Egypt kings, authorities in Egypt, just like we're Egypt again, that was putting us in all this heavy bondage. And guess what? It was Elohim who had to lead us out of the bondage of Egypt, Africans. So you shouldn't have their stuff. You should have nothing but your natural hair on your head. Brothers, you should have hair on your face. It's to embolden, empower you. It makes you connected. It's a sense, like I said earlier in this message. It's an intenter to help you able to discern right and wrong, good and evil. It emboldens you, it broadens your boundaries. Your physical boundaries is broadened by your beard. Sisters, it's a crown. You call yourself a queen. A queen don't cover up her crown. What kind of queen would have a crown and put a scarf on top of it? What kind of queen would take off her crown and put on a heathen's, head covering and think she's still royalty? She wouldn't do it. She would understand not to do it. But many of our sisters, because you are doing this to yourself, disfiguring a perfect body from Elohim. Disfiguring a perfect body from Elohim. Now you're convoluted. You're distorted. Now you're walking confusion. You ever wonder why, sister, you always seem to be 1 minute happy, 1 minute sad, 1 minute sure of yourself, next minute not sure of yourself, 1 minute in agreement, next minute in disagreement? Because you are in confusion. Because you're putting all these different things on something natural, and eventually it is corrupting, it is diluting the natural thing. And now your behavior has become unnatural. Someone needs to tell you this. This, I talked about love and not love in another video. If there was ever such a thing as genuine love, this is what you're hearing right now. The truth. But many will not listen because it's too convenient. I don't have the time to fix my hair. I don't have the time, to groom my own face with my own hands, groom my body with my own hands. You fill in the blanks. But yet you find time to do those things. It takes more effort to maintain that than anything natural. And spending unnecessary resources and on things that really you should be using for prep and other issues that you're dealing with. Especially as resources start to dry up. Don't have a case of water in your house, but your nails are polished. Don't have, weapons to protect yourself, but, your weave is tight. Don't have a car to get around so you don't have to be out here amongst these heathens, but you got an Xbox. And I don't want to hear about how expensive. I heard a brother yesterday tell me, he said he got sold a car, an SUV the other day, and you know how much he paid for that SUV? And this is a young brother who is growing in the knowledge of Elohim. How do I know? Because we are interacting almost on a daily basis about Elohim, about who we are, that he's Israel, etc. He got a car for $200, an SUV for $200. And he don't own an Xbox. Go figure. Or Game Station, or Game Boy, or whatever, PlayStation. It's not time for playing, men. This is wartime. You are a target. We are targeted. This mandate is about us. We started acknowledging and coming to the knowledge of who we are. And at the same time, all of a sudden, the minute we start talking about the so-called black man is the true Israelite, all of a sudden, we all now got restrictions. All of a sudden now we're being, the minute we started talking about this earth is flat, the minute we start talking about, so-called black people are the true Israelites, all of a sudden now, all of these social media channels come together and say, oh, that's hate speech, that you're violating the community guidelines, they're going to shadow ban your channel, we're going to cancel, we're going to strike you out, we're going to shut you down, you can't talk about that, you're not an expert. Oh, really? Check out the timelines if you don't believe your brother. Check out the timelines. The minute you start hearing these professional athletes, Kyrie Irving was example, talking about the earth was flat. Soon as you start hearing, somebody saying Sean Jackson talking about the black people were the Israelites, professional people. As minute they started talking about it, all of a sudden they started shadow banning, shutting down channels, guarding you, saying, oh, that's hate speech, oh, you can think about it. And all of a sudden now they put in these programs and agendas to keep us separated so we can't talk, keep us divided because you took it, he didn't, so therefore don't interact with them. Mama, Papa, remember that lying devil, that Surgeon General with that bullshit message? And the new Indian one with his lying ass? But if you know those people are natural born liars. There ever was a liar, the damn so-called East Indian shit fit the bill. They're not by themselves, but they're damn sure. If you look up the definition of a lie, it should be an East Indian like Kamala Harris' face on there smiling at your ass. Brothers and sisters, it's the time to wake up. This is the awakening. We don't have any business being afraid, but we are fearful. You know why? Because we are in denial of Elohim. We are resisting the truth. Why? Because we love the ways of the heathens. We again have distorted ourselves. We've eaten ourselves into sickness. Men with big old pot bellies. Women asses so big they can't even put on a pair of pants without your ass protruding like it's about to bust the pants wide open. Revealing everything that Yah told you to cover. Because he meant that for your king. He meant that for because you were a royalty. The things that you have are the things every woman on this planet desire. Therefore, they say, I want to put a covering over that so you can be a gift to your man. Not an exploitation for these heathens to lust after, to manipulate, to violate. humiliate your men, because that's what you're doing when you're dressing that way. You're humiliating us. But I know many of you don't care. I know you don't care. And you men, many of you, I know you don't care either, because you encourage this behavior. Because you're the ones who are out there running after those who expose themselves like that, who reveal themselves like that, who makes themselves an object of sexuality. And make themselves, what do they call yourself? These women who make themselves, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, for lack of a better word, object. And then when a man come out there and want to marginalize you, you're upset. Then again, maybe you're not. Maybe you take it as a compliment when a man tell you about how nice your ass is and he likes your breast. And when these heathens come tell you, oh, I love your hair, knowing in their heart of hearts that you're just trying to be like them. Like they really give a damn about your hair. They don't give a damn about your men incarcerated. They don't give a damn about your men dying in these streets. They don't give a damn about you being, treated, in the worst kind of ways. You getting shot down in the streets in your own bed. They don't give a damn about any of that. But somehow or another, they care about how nice your hair looks, sister. And you say thank you. The heathen gives you a derogatory compliment, a side-handed compliment, a backhanded compliment. It ain't a compliment. And you say thank you. Well, I'm telling you now, brothers and sisters, it's time for you to tell them, hey, I don't want anything from you, because there's nothing that you have that's going to last. Can't you tell? Can't you see? Elohim is now judging your wicked ass now. Go pull yourself up by your bootstraps. How about that? Since that's the lie you pushed on our people, our ancestors. Oh, y'all don't have nothing because y'all don't want to work hard, because y'all don't want to pay the price. Y'all don't want to put in the work. Okay. Now that the shoe is on the other foot, so to speak, let's see you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Because best I can tell, you are complaining and whining and murmuring your asses off. I can't get no employees. I can't get no this. I can't get no that. Really? I thought you didn't need anybody. I thought you were self-sufficient. I thought you didn't need us. But you need us just like Israel. Again, praise Yah. Just like Egypt needed us. You need us. And now that Yah is breaking some of us free in our right minds, and we're coming out of you, coming out of your Egyptology, coming out of your the Egyptian way of life, now you're getting mad. Now you're in your feelings. You're no different than your ancestors. Your physical ones and your spiritual ones. Because you know what? When Yah started delivering us out of Egypt, first you had no problem with it. Go back to Africa is what you said to us today. But now you talking about why y'all don't want to come to work. Stop giving them subsidies. You're causing them to be lazy. You're giving them unemployment. That's why they're not working. I thought you wanted us back in Egypt. I thought you told us to go back to Africa. I thought you said you didn't need us. Now, all of a sudden you do, when you got to do the work. When you got to open the business up, when you got to close the business down, when you have to mop the floor, when you got to go in that hot-ass kitchen and work for pennies on the dollar, when you got to wipe down your own tables and mop your own damn floors, now all of a sudden you're looking for your slaves. Go figure. Go figure, you hypocrite. You worker of iniquity. Now deal with your judgment, wicked. And for you wicked Israelites who are over there with them, your judgment is going to be equal to their judgment, just so you know. All of you who can't take the spoon out of your mouth because you're constantly jabbing food down in your stomach to the point now where you're sick, no strength, can't walk 5 miles in any given day. when that should be a natural thing to do it. Your ancestors worked on in these damn plantations from sun up to sundown, from dawn to dusk. And most of you can't stand 2 hours without your feet hurting. But that's judgment. That's judgment because you adapted the ways of slothfulness. You became lazy. Because you love the creature, the ways of the creature. Oh man, they don't have to work. Oh man, they got all these luxuries. Man, they got a big house. They got a nice car. I want that stuff too. Look what it's done for them. So you can understand what that shit they powered up would do for you. And you still want it? They're enslaved to their shit. They're enslaved to their material. That's why they'll do anything, including follow the mandate guidelines. They'll do anything to keep their stuff. They're not doing this stuff. Many of them are doing this stuff because they're slaves and they need to keep, their little goodies. They don't want to lose their backyard pool. Talking about, many of these demons who are in positions of, so-called influence. And you design what they're designing when they have sold their, so they got to sell their souls every day to keep that shit. And you want it? No, I want to be free. Me, that's what I want. I want to be free. And whom the Son has set free through Elohim's word is free indeed. Again, I am is the way. I am is the truth. I am is the everlasting life giver. I'm not a dog, and I don't eat trash. I am not a pig, and I don't lick up or eat slop. What about you? When you're chasing their ways, you're embracing their customs, you're distorting your body, you're putting filth in your body, then you're no different than the heathens. Because who taught you that? Who did you have in mind when you wanted to put your jerry curls in your hair or get your process, or when you wanted to get your long, nice hair weaves and all your blue eyes and your brown eyes, your hazel eyes, your smooth face, brother, your well-shaven, well-groomed face? Who are you trying to look like? Because it showed not a picture of Elohim. Our men had hairy face, hoary heads. Who you trying to look like, sister? Our women had natural beauty. Some still have it. But most of them have this. Most of you, sisters of Israel, I'm telling you, because you can control this. You have the power to change this. This has nothing to do with somebody judging you. This has nothing to do with you being entrapped into anything. You could just take that shit off if you wanted to. Well, I don't look that good. Who says you don't? You got men around you. I'm talking about true men, not these little devilish, backstabbing, whoremongers, betraying men, Judas Iscariots out there. I got your back, brother. You don't have nobody's back but your own back, you selfish bastard, you. I got your back, brother. But look at most of your men. They don't wear makeup. You call them handsome. You call them nice looking. You say their skin is smooth and shiny. Well, these men came from many of you, out of your bodies. So if you're looking at men and you saying you love their skin and they're nice looking, they're handsome, they don't have any of that stuff on while you have it on. We're from the same bodies. My point is, you're naturally beautiful and you don't even know it. Many of you sisters. If you were just to give yourself a chance, free up your pores, let your hair breathe, your head breathe, you'd be surprised what kind of hair would grow on your head. How shiny and fine and strong of texture it would be. How your skin would start to glow again. How the light of Elohim would shine through you to the younger women. And they would change their whorish ways and become women of Zion. Holy women, beautiful women, women with standards, women with pride, women of dignity, self-respect, demanding it from everyone, including your own men. The days are short. The time is now. Either you come out or you die with them. Those who stayed in Egypt, they died with the Egyptians. Those who were part of Pharaoh's army, don't think he didn't have a whole bunch of, Israelites over there siding up with him. Moses was one of them. Don't forget that. Moses was considered a prince of Pharaoh. He was one of them. So was Joseph. And the consequence always ended up destroying the people. You say, well, Joseph didn't destroy the people. Well, look what happened. Because Joseph aligned himself with Pharaoh. Yeah, he saved the people for some time. But ultimately, all of Joseph's ancestors became slaves. Why? Because he partnered with a heathen king. 400 years, I might add. Moses was in exile on the run for 40 years. Really 80 years. There's never going to be a good ending when we go the ways of the heathen for us. That's why the book says, come out from among. The word says, come out from among them. Be you separate. Love not the world, neither the things in the world. If you love these things, then he said, I'm not going to love you. And that's real love. Mankind don't know anything about love anymore. Y'all can't tell, sisters and brothers. Same people love you today, tomorrow, I guarantee you, they will trade, they'll run off, and they be loving the next fool who fall for their love story. Elohim is real love. And he loves Israel, you, me. But many of us have rejected that love. And therefore he has rejected us as a nation. That's why we're in the second 400 years of captivity. This happened, we're in the state that we're in because of rebellion against him. And some of us are still rebelling. But there's a remnant. There's an elect among us who will never, who will never comply. There's a remnant who are not going to comply to any mandate. We'll die first. And you better know it, heathens. So all of you tracers or trackers or whatever you calling yourselves out there, understand that, look, we will never comply. It ain't going to happen. Using an old Southern, it ain't going to happen. No, it is not going to happen. And when you come, it's like the movie Untouchables. Remember the Sean Connery, the old grouchy, police officer? He said, if they come with a knife, you better come with a gun. We're telling you, when you come, you better come. And you better come understand that we will be ready for your ass. In other words, we ain't going down without a fight. So I hope you love your life as much as we love ours in terms of resisting evil. If this video survives, I'll be shocked. It might be the last time you see DFG on this platform. But if this is my last YouTube message, and praise Elohim, it's clear. I am who I am. That's what you tell Pharaoh. That's who you tell Pharaoh who has sent you. I am has sent you. I am is talking to us. Will you listen to I am? DFG, talk to you later. Bye now. Hopefully. Bye now.